say, oh, I love you. Sure, girl, show me and tell me that you feel the same way too. I just love old school songs. Oh my goodness, it's something about them. It is something about them. And I wouldn't even thought of in those times. But just to think that songs that has already been out years and decades, whatever, you know, they are still relevant to this day. Mm-hmm. Sure is. Sure is. So it's something how you can listen to a song and you could be like, and that was a situation that I went through, you know. And about situations, you guys, I was watching someone, and they're pretty popular, you know. They know of another person that is probably popular too, but it was more so on drama. And these two wasn't really supposed to be around each other. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Once this content creator turned their phone on, all of a sudden, here come the person that she was trying to, stay away from because it was allegations about, you know, STDs and things like that to that nature. And when people sing that, it was just like, wow. Honestly, you guys, I couldn't even entertain it. And it's like, damn, I get a double reflect. Well, it was almost like a reflecting moment on what you what you may have experienced, you know. And it's like, man, it's not even funny to even watch. It's like, wow, seeing two toxic people together, and you go from one, you go from being happy, and then all of a sudden it's like you stay where you at, I'm stay where I'm at. It's like, oh my goodness, how can we even entertain this? It's not even funny at this point, you know. Mm-mm. And it's like, damn, I don't ever want to just like come off like that ever again, because it don't look right mentally. It don't look right at all. It really doesn't. And I know people will say, you will be the one to talk, buddy. Well, I'm just giving it a little light. I can accept, that yeah, I may have been lazy, but I don't want to continue the pattern. You know, I don't want to continue that pattern, because that pattern is a pattern that can lead to other things, and it's a blessing if you can just finally say enough is enough, and I'm just going to go somewhere else, in my life without you. You know, honestly, because I don't have a problem, you know, um, with letting go of individuals. I don't have a problem with that. I can easily say, hey, we didn't work out. We didn't work out. And that goes with anybody that I have met in my life. We didn't. If they didn't want to talk anymore, kudos. I'm not searching. I'm not gonna be playing on fake numbers, trying to still have contact with them. Sometimes you just gotta move on. The best way to get over one person is to get underneath the new one. It's the truth. Because once you get underneath that new person and they get to feel you out, then you can make the choice. You make the choice to, if you want to deal with them, or you don't. So therefore, like I always tell everybody, the ball is in your court, and there's no reason to be depressed. Because I know it's two other individuals on here that be depressed and stuff like that. They don't, but so one of them may talk about it, the other one ain't gonna talk about it. They be dealing with all sorts of mental issues, and that's what, look. Those are the ones that need some counseling. You know, need some medication too. On top of that, ain't nothing wrong with both, because they do need it, and they are walking around here displaying that type of behavior. You know, it's sad. It is sad, and it's sad that it takes tragedy, mm-hmm, or life. I would say, how can I say this? Just life experiences for them to clutch down and get serious with their life. Mm-hmm. Honestly, all of what's going on right now should have been already been taken care of. People want to get counseling and get on this and get on that medication. Well, that should have been already going on if you knew there was a problem there. You guys, if I feel so out of it or not myself, I'm going to get some help. Like I was telling my mother the other day, you may suggest this and suggest that, but if I ain't feeling like that, there's no need for me to be even. There's no need for me to be signing my name on the dotted line and be like, here, I'm here for your service. No, if I done handle it, if I could handle so much of the shit that I done already went through from years ago, hell, I can only imagine what I'm be able to handle on years to come on down the line for me. Because I don't harp on what has happened to me. I don't harp on that. Whatever has happened, whether it was cool or not cool, it is what it is. Take it with a grain of salt and put it in the bucket and say fuck it and keep on moving. I don't harp on things and I don't hold grudges. Mm-mm. You know, yeah, I'm not finna lose sleep over somebody off of YouTube because they mad at me. I don't lose sleep. I sleep well. I am a goofy individual. I will make myself laugh at my own corny jokes. I ain't over here hung up about what the next person may think of me. Call me whatever you want to call me. Who cares? Who cares? I don't care. I don't feel like I am those words that you are calling me. But for one thing, we do know that you are the words that I'm calling you. Both of you. Yeah, the world sees it. A lot of folks sees it. A lot of folks be like, that person a little off. And they be saying, and they have said that about that person. I try to give that person the benefit of the doubt. They just kept saying you're crazy. I was trying not to see the craziness, but I guess hell, these following days you have shown me the crazy side. Think I want to meet that? Hell no, I'm good on that. Stay where you at. Okay? Stay where you at. I'm just saying. I'm just saying for real, for real. But yeah, like I was saying, when I was seeing that couple, they're not even really a couple. They just sleeping together, if you ask me. But when I was seeing that, they were just like, ugh, I can't even watch this. This is ridiculous, because a person was accusing another person of giving them something, like an STD, but I don't think that person really had anything. Now, it could have been a moment of someone may have had a slip up. You slipped up, took the condom off, and y'all had raw sex. It could have been one of those cases. If you got another party out here that's saying that this person got this and this person got that, but it may not have got back to you, so quick, fast, and hurry. So therefore, you may have had one of them moments, But I don't think you got anything. If my best suggestion is to go to the clinic, get checked out. You can either go to the hospital. Yes, indeed, they will provide you with some assistance with those things in that department. They checked me plenty of times. They checked me plenty of times. They done took my blood work and my urine. And and if you got anything, they'll call you back. I didn't get any callbacks. So what that mean, you guys? I don't have any goddamn thing. And I done went twice. Okay, for different reasons, not for no STD checkups, but when I was in pain a little bit and I was going through some things with my body, I had to get some urine samples. But I was glad that I didn't get no call back because I wasn't out here doing anything like most people may think I'm doing out here. They can think whatever they want to call. Look, call me the power bottom, call me bottom this. Look, they can call me bottomless. I don't mind bottomless. Okay, I be bottomless. Okay. I don't mind. Hell, words are just words, okay? Who's getting upset about that? Shoot, and look. I could turn around and have a different opinion about you, and I'll be giving what you're giving me back to you, in your face. Well, not in your face, but on a video recording, because I know you're gonna listen to it. But yes, indeed, I ain't out there doing the do. I really ain't. But you guys, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna switch the topic up. I did hear something on that Ring camera this morning, and it sounded like a ghost or something. I ain't gonna lie to you. It really did. I promise you, it sounded like it was a ghost. Somebody was trying to reach out. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, all things Tiffany. It sounded just like a ghost. It really did. It really did, and it freaked me out. I'm gonna ask my family member when they get here. Was that you this morning playing on the ring light? Cause I heard something just out of the norm. Anytime if someone may want to reach out to me, they can either call me or text me. or they'll just say what it is on the ring light, because you have that option nowadays. But yes, indeed, it's strange at times at night. Look, Halloween is approaching. That's one of my favorite holiday. Well, I guess does that consider a holiday? No, not a holiday. Well, a pagan holiday. What? Yeah, I guess a holiday. Whatever. Yeah, one of them days. I like Halloween, you guys. Even though I'm not really supposed to entertain it because of my religion, but I really do like it. Yes, indeed. And I never wanted to tell anybody that because they'd be like, "Oh, you're worshiping this and you're worshiping that." But I do like Halloween. I always liked it as a kid. I always wanted to sit around and eat junk and watch scary movies. You know, that was the representation of what people were doing on TV and things like that. After they done walked, and walked and walked and walked. Yeah, I wanted to do things like that. But growing up in a Christian household, we had to sneak and do stuff like that. And then when we got caught, they made us throw out. Look, they made us throw our candy in the trash can. I'm like, oh my goodness, how dare you? How dare you? But I ain't gonna lie, I did went in the bag and got me like 2 or 3 pieces out of there and just put them in my pocket and stuck them underneath my pillow. I'm like, you're not gonna take all of my candy now. But it got taken up. They took it. They took it away. And then one time when I was in high school, oh my goodness, my mother was so mad at me and my twin. We decided to stay out a little later than what we should have been staying out. We was only 15 at the time. So we just riding around, because here they'll have like little programs that you can either participate in, just getting candy, and they'll feed you, they'll give you a little insight about maybe some educational things, whatever. But once that little program was over for the night, we was still out walking the streets. Yes, indeed, we were so far from home, but we made it because Little Rock, it is little and small. You can get it. You can get here and then there in a matter of seconds. You like, damn, you were just on that side, or you was just on West Little Rock or Southwest. It's easy to get these. It's easy to get to this to these places. It is. But well, what I was saying, but yeah, we had got home late. I think it may be around about 1 or 2, and it was a school night too. So, you know, it was so bad. But we had fun. We was out riding the Charlie. I think I think we was bus hopping. We was only teenagers bus hopping, I believe. So we were just going to here, going there, shoot, getting free stuff, shoot, walking the neighborhoods, because we was by Central, so therefore, we were just having good, Central be having a lot of sponsors. They got a lot of sponsors, so therefore, they have little things for the neighborhood. You just got to catch them on the right day. Everyday thing, but you got to just catch them. But yes, we had fun. We had some good old time, and we was right in the heart of the hood. Yes, indeed, having fun, being safe, and not really not in the way, you know. Because sometimes, well, one of the times we had a serial killer out here. He would just walk past people and start slicing them like with a knife, and I'm like, ooh wee. I'm glad I ain't. That's why when I want that time, it's good to, well, I don't carry anything besides, well, now I just started carrying a knife, but when I would walk, I wouldn't carry anything. I would just be walking by myself, and if I see somebody was on the same sidewalk as I'll get on the opposite side, because I don't know what you're on. And I'm glad that I'm glad that I have always been like that. Like I don't like for people to be walking behind me. I can't see. I don't even like walking. You know, say if you are if you are on one side and traffic is coming behind you. I need to see the traffic. I don't want to be walking, and then the traffic is behind me. They zooming and zooming, and all of a sudden my car may, end up losing control and hitting you. I need to see what's in front of me. I don't like. I used to be like that, just not caring, just making sure I'm looking over my shoulder so I don't get hit. But I need to see the cars coming in front of me. I don't like all that. I'm gonna be walking with my back turned, and these cars are zooming faster. These cars will hit you, and they'll keep on going, which is so sad because you never know who could be in a car. It can be an elderly person, a pregnant woman, anybody, a child. That's why I tell my nieces and nephews, make sure you wear your seatbelt. Just make sure you wear your seatbelt, because that stuff is so real. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. But yes, indeed, you guys. I didn't want too much of nothing. I was just over here just chitting, chatting, just chitting and chatting. I'm really waiting on my ribs to get thawed out so I can have me some ribs and rice tonight. And what else I may add with it? I don't know. Maybe some spinach. Cause I got an operation to do in the morning, so I don't really want to do that. But I gotta get it done, you guys. I gotta get it done if I want a nice healthy smell, and I'm be able to get back on camera with it, showing you guys my smell. Cause right now, it is looking busted. Yeah, that smell looking busted, and I can't be on camera looking busted like that. No, mm-mm. And see, I can admit my flaws and all. Yeah, it is what it is. Shoot. I never said I had a perfect. I used to have a perfect smile, but eating the wrong foods causing holes to get in your teeth, and then here come a cavity, and then it's just oh my goodness, I went through hell. I went through hell. Got a root canal. The root canal fell out. Can y'all believe that? That was look. Had I paid for that with my money, you know, that would have been a waste of money. But thank goodness for insurance. Thank God for insurance, because boy, whew, I would have been hurt. Like that's $500 right there. Sitting on the dresser that came out your mouth, all because you ate the wrong foods. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie. I was saying, you guys, just having nights of just eating bad foods. Then instead of brushing that off, you'll maybe like wait at the wrong time. Well, I would say you wait a little too late. And by that I mean wait until the next day. Just don't fall asleep on it. And that was just something I had a bad habit of doing. Eating sweets and washing it down with a little peroxide. Well, not peroxide, but what is that? I drink a little Coke and then I give me some peroxide. But instead of just kind of brushing it, I wait till the next morning because I'll be so out of it. And I didn't do this all the time, but it was times where that did happen. But I hate I did that. It caused so much pain that I had to endure while being up. Like I was literally up while these people are, breaking my teeth off in my mouth just to get them out, just to get the root out. Like it was painful from the top to the bottom. I would say the bottom hurts worse to me. The top wasn't that much. It wasn't that bad, but the bottom, oh my goodness! And then what I gotta endure tomorrow. I'm gonna have to get stitched up on both sides. I gotta have some things done tomorrow. Who ain't ready? I ain't ready right now for it. I ain't ready, baby. I ain't ready, but I gotta get ready because I'm trying to make sure I handle my business. Because I don't want to be I don't be a woulda, coulda, shoulda person. No, go out there and handle your business. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. We ain't finna be no woulda and a coulda and a shoulda down around here. Mm-mm. No. Look, guys, it is. What time is it? The sun is not even out. It's 8:50 right now, Central Standard Time, and these people out here. These people are still out here cutting grass. I was looking at Tulsa the other day. It was a man cutting grass at nighttime too. Now I don't get that. I don't get it. Like you do know people can hear that inside their house, even though they can block it out. But be considerate. Like we don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I used to have a neighbor that used to do that. Who wants to hear all that damn racket at night when you trying to watch a movie or just have a little alone time with your significant other? You gotta hear that. You know what I'm saying? It's bad enough we gotta hear these. I'm so used to the sirens that don't really bother me. It really never have. But where I stay at, the hospital is just really right up the road. So you're gonna hear that every day, constantly. You're gonna hear the fire department and the police. You know. So I stay far. I don't stay too far from a busy intersection. So therefore you're gonna hear that every day, all day. But if you're not used to that, you'll get used to it because for me it don't bother me. But it's some people that be doing that yard work. It's bad enough sometimes you gotta hear it in the morning times. Like who wants to hear that? Look, I can understand around by 10 or 11, but 8 and 7 o'clock in the morning, you already cranking up because you're trying to beat the sun. Man, I tell you, that gets on that burns my ass. I don't like that. Mm-mm. I do not like that. Mm-mm. I don't know. I guess everybody is different nowadays. They just be doing the different, some, I guess just things that's so totally opposite. Like, why cut grass at night? Cut it in the morning. Cut it around, the evening time. Maybe lunchtime, 11 or 10. You know, jeez, Louise. I'm just saying. I am just saying. You guys, I see a nice little, a nice beautiful dress out. Somebody, I guess they just putting out old furniture. I kind of want to go get it. You know, I really do want to go get it and put it in my room because I got a lot of clothes that I need to get rid of, but I really want to get it. I don't know why I'm like this. Now I'm starting to act like my mom now, because she don't mind seeing something off the streets and picking it up, taking it home, and fixing it up. She's one of those type of people, and I'm starting to become her in certain areas, and I don't understand it because I don't like picking up too much trash. Hey, J. Gill, I don't like picking up a lot of trash, especially couches. But that's a nice dresser. And I'm gonna have to come back in. I may want to go back down there. Wait, I may have to just push it on down here, because I can move around. I know how to move it if it ain't too heavy. Because I really do want a little dresser, even though I got one already. But that one's is nice, and I'm gonna take care of it. Look, another man's trash is another man's treasure. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, you guys, it feels so good not to have, really hatred in your heart. I ain't got to have hatred in my heart. And I don't have to get on here and pretending to be like somebody that I'm not. A lot of people may already know that I always been this way. I haven't went no Hollywood. If I was so Hollywood, I'll be acting very, very snooty. That ain't me at all. Like, I'm just a person that likes to do YouTube, and that's it. I don't too much care for the attention. Whatever you guys may like, I'm very well appreciative of it. I mean, that means a lot to me, because it's things that I'm coming up with in my head. That is just a little jingle. That's it. Or it could be a full song. Who knows? Whatever the Lord puts on my heart to sing out, I will sing it out. And I'm not doing it for attention. A lot of people, I heard that too the other day. Oh, you going Hollywood? Ain't nobody going no goddamn Hollywood. Ain't nobody going no goddamn Hollywood. I'm good on that. All them demonic entities and this they'll have you really toe up in the head. I'm fine. I'm just trying to get look. I just prefer to get to the check. And that's it. I don't need to be in front of the camera. I could be behind the camera. And not worried about a goddamn thing, or nobody asking me for a goddamn thing, worrying me here and there and everywhere. I'm good on all of that. Now, for all you other attention seekers out there, if y'all want that type of lifestyle, go out there, go out there, have your OnlyFans, promote it, push it, do what you got to do to make ends meet for you. But as for me, I'm good over here on that. I am. Trust and believe. Ain't nobody rushing to get into no relationship. Ain't nobody rushing to prove a point to strangers. I'm not doing none of that. Whether you believe it or not, it is what it is. It's up to you. Most definitely. 7-7. 7 of us. The 7 is the number of completion. Thank God I was born in the 7th month. Yes, indeed. I've never seen that happen before. But yeah, you guys, I'm gonna get up on out of here because I gotta get ready for tomorrow. I gotta get up at 9 because that appointment is at 10:30. So I gotta get ready for tomorrow. I kind of want to walk there instead of just driving, but I'm gonna give me a lift because I don't want to walk, and I don't want to get tempted to buy a pizza. Because I gotta buy food. I gotta buy my own food now, since I don't get those things anymore. So I really do want a pizza. I could either get a shotgun dance pizza, meat lovers, or I can either get a certified pie pizza. I never had them before, but I like Papa John's because you get a lot more bang for your buck. Even though some people say it tastes like cardboard, I don't believe that. But I want to enjoy that. Just had them slices. OMG. I can imagine right now. One day I'm going to have to make my pizza at the house because I never really do that. I'm going to have to just be more cheap and start getting me some ground beef chop it up. Just kind of get it all crummy a little bit, and put it on some dough and make my own pizza at the house for the low. hmm But I will be making some spaghetti this week, this month. Cause I gotta find the right day to do it. Because a few folks owe me some money, so I gotta get my money so I can make my little spaghetti. But I've been doing good when it comes to the food thing. I think I got 3 more things to meet up in there. So, it's gonna be time for me to go shopping again and get the things that I need instead of getting the things that I want. You know, the needs come before the wants for them nosy people out there. For them nosy people out there. Good night, Jay Gibb. You know. But other than that, you guys, I'm gonna get up and out of here. I know I'm very, very boring. I'm just playing. I'm not boring. Well, I may be boring to some people, but it is what it is. Either you're gonna come over here and listen, or you're not. But I don't have to give them enemies of mine any attention. Mm-mm. They can stay where they at. Okay, they need to be on their knees asking God for forgiveness. Okay, that's what they need to be doing, asking God for forgiveness. Okay. Whew, let's not go there, Castro. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Let's make today or this week a good week, because I don't want to have to go there. But like I said, you need to be asking God for forgiveness. All right. But on that note, you guys, I'm out of here. Peace.